Today's outing is on the Cedar River in Waverly, Iowa. I had planned to go to the Mississippi River, but last weekend after camping at Brush Creek Canyon and seeing that the Peak of Colors was past, I thought, well, why do I need to drive so far? I can just go to Waverly, paddle up the river, make a little video, and share it with those who don't get to do this. So here I am. I'm out on the river. I'm gonna head upstream. I started out at Three Rivers Pond by Waverly Utilities, and I'll go upstream until I get bored or tired, and then I'll float back downstream to my truck. The weather is perfect for the end of October, and you can tell that I'm not the only one feeling that, because there's a lot of people out on the water today. Good for them. If I remember right, it's about a mile or so, and then it'll get a lot more quiet. Got a lot of road noise right now. According to the weatherman, it's supposed to hit 80 degrees today. So I got out kind of early. Eventually we're supposed to get some wind too, and I don't want to deal with much wind. So I'll be getting out early. Not only is the light pretty, but paddling conditions are good. And eventually, if it does get windy, I'll just be paddling downstream anyway. That should be fine. I haven't paddled this stretch of the river for quite some time. Put some new houses in, clean some trees out. I see a lot of bank protection further upstream. I suppose if I lived along here, I would do that too. I don't plan to keep this camera rolling through the entire trip. That just gives me hours of video to edit. So I'll turn it on, turn it off, give you folks a sampling of some of the things that I see. This is new. At least new since the last time I've been out here. This boat slip. Not sure who owns it. That's nice. Somebody's put some money into that. Boat passing me on my right. Turn and face his waves. They're not much. Still, it's better safe than sorry. Kind of hoping maybe I'll see some birds. Saw one bald eagle at home before I even left. That was in our tree outside. There's nests along here, so there's a possibility I'll see some here. We'll see. People might be surprised to learn that I've actually got more than one or two boats with motors. I don't take them out very often. I guess I just prefer to paddle. It keeps me more connected, I think, to the water. It's certainly easier to throw a canoe in the back of the pickup and drop it in the river or on the edge of a lake. Don't mind boats. Actually, I do take the one boat up to northern Minnesota when we're going up there to go fishing. But otherwise, I just prefer to paddle. Yep, it's more work. Yep, some people may question my sanity, but that's okay. This is a very rewarding passion of mine. And when there's wildlife to find and photograph, I can get a lot closer. Generally, I can get closer with a canoe or a kayak than I can with a motor running. I haven't seen any wildlife yet today, though. Not close enough to photograph. I'm guessing I will, sooner or later. When I took off this morning, I kind of knew that the chances of shooting a whole lot of photos was probably pretty slim. But that's okay, going into it, and if I know that, I'm ready if opportunities present themselves. But really today is to get out and enjoy the river, because it won't be long. The warm temperatures that we've got now are not going to last. Soon I'll be dealing with ice, and I won't be able to paddle much. So this might be my last big hurrah for a while with the weather the way it is. And that's fine. So of the fishermen that I talked to at the boat ramp, some are going for bass. Some are out just checking their boats out. Some don't mind catching some walleyes. And some are out for pike. And then some seem surprised that I don't even have fishing tackle with me. It's at that point I explain what a poor fisherman I am. And I don't mind. I'd much rather be messing around with the camera and that kind of stuff anyway. For folks wondering what paddling the Cedar River is like, or even boating, this'll help you if you've never been up here before. Looks are a bit deceiving though, because when I have had my boat up here, you have to watch where you're going. It's not uniform deep all across. If you watch the experienced guys, they sort of zigzag across the river due to the shallow spots. Last thing you want to do is damage your boat motor or tear off your lower unit, because you think it's deep and it's not as deep as it looks. Cedar River certainly qualifies for that. Things are down a bit now, and you can see here we got logs part way out into the river. So if you go a little bit further, what's out there underneath that water? With this canoe, I don't have to worry about it. When I was out paddling on the Wapsie yesterday, I saw quite a few turtles out sunning yet. It won't be long and they'll be going down into the mud. For a long time. Where I'm at now, you probably can't see it with the camera, but I can see bottom, and it's probably 8 inches is all right here. Looks are really deceiving. I'm not afraid to admit that I've already had to shed my sweatshirt. My pores are opening up and the perspiration's starting to come, so I better stop and shed some clothes before I get soaked. It's not a lot of current, but there is current as you're paddling down upstream. Plus, it's going to get warm today. That's okay. Rather shed clothes than have to put more on. We're at the edge of the city limits here, so I don't know if I'm going to find hunters or not. I'll have to be respectful for what those guys are doing, and maybe that'll limit how far I can go. Time will tell on that. For those wondering, one of the anglers told me that the water temperature right now is 47 degrees. Which means if we were to get a sudden chill, there would be some river steam, river fog coming up, which would make it really pretty. One of my favorite pictures ever on the Cedar River was when my buddy and I were paddling in really thick fog. It was, you couldn't even hardly see each other. And he was in a bright red kayak, and I can't remember what I had, probably another kayak. Anyway, I photographed him paddling that red kayak into the fog, and it really made a neat picture. And it also made a cover of the Iowa Outdoors magazine. Unless a person actually gets out on the Cedar River. You know, if you just live in town and never get out on the river, you probably don't get to see all the beauty this river has. That said, I have seen this river get pretty ornery too. When it floods a good share of the downtown of Waverly. So while the river's nice most of the time, the old Cedar River has an ornery streak too. We don't like to see that. This is much better. Again, right here, this river looks plenty deep, but it's not. If I were in my boat, I would not be able to run the motor here. I'd have to go more to the center, of course. But even there, it's not all that deep. But it sure is pretty. I sure hope you don't mind that I'm not moving the camera all over the canoe and getting different views of me, because I think the river is far more attractive to look at than I am. I think I made the right choice by not driving 2 hours to see what I can see locally, and that's the remnants of fall colors. It is really pretty. Where I am at right now, it would be really tough for me to get a boat motor all the way up here, because I can see the bottom, and it's not very far from the top, just inches. So I'm glad that I brought this and put the work into it, or I had missed what I think is one of the prettier stretches of the Cedar River. Yeah, near Waverly. I need to be careful here, or I'm going to beach this canoe. It is so shallow. There it is, I just beached. I do have not quite to my knee boots on, so I can get out if I have to. But I sure didn't expect it would happen already. I'd like to get up there where I can see all those oranges and greens, that burnt orange color. It's really pretty. Pretty might be the word I say the most in this video. There's a lot of pretty stuff. This river is just inches deep right here. have to adjust my paddle stroke so I don't scrape up a bunch of the bottom of sand and stuff. I can go out a little bit, but I want to stay along this edge for the pictures. Isn't that pretty? As far as I'm concerned, this season could go on and on and on. And let's just skip winter. And then come back to summer. Look at that. Doesn't that look nice? What an outing. For those wondering, I'm paddling an Old Town Discovery Sportsman 119. I have lighter canoes, but due to the obstructions and the shallowness of the river, I don't take them up here. Just because I baby them. I don't want to scuff up the bottoms. Or the sides. Like this 119, it's a little bit heavier, but boy, it's a workhorse. It'll handle it. And it's not that much more difficult to paddle. I have to give Facebook and YouTube, especially YouTube, credit. I found some paddling channels and some photography channels and some combination paddling and photography channels that I watch as I'm going to sleep at night. And oh, they give me such incentive and such ideas for getting out and trying different things with settings and that sort of stuff. That's one of the reasons I'm out there. And I did find fishing right there. Look at those leaves fall. It won't be long, it's just going to be skeletons of the trees again. Good thing I got out. When you're paddling a river, you have to read the river and look for the V's on the river. So on this one, you can see the V is coming at me. I need to go up the center of it. That means there's obstructions on the sides. I want to avoid those. And they're just under the water. That's where boats have an advantage, is they can see a little easier. This is a massive tree that was down years ago. Somebody's been through here with a chainsaw so you can get in, get past it. I bet it's deep right here too. That's easy enough. Bremer County is really blessed with the amount of recreational spaces they've got if you like to be on the water. They've got the Shellrock River on the west, the Cedar, got the Wapsie on the central going to the east, southeast, and then we've got several creeks or streams in the middle of those, so we've got plenty of opportunities to get out on the water. In this stretch of the Cedar, there's quite a number of sandbars. They're begging for me to stop and get out and take a break and eat something. But I didn't bring anything, so I'm going to keep going. I've got water along, but that's it. I can do that without getting out. The trip back is going to be a lot easier. There's a fair amount of current here. Can't really tell it, but there is. This stretch has really proven to give me a workout. A lot of current. So far it's worth it. And I know going back is going to be really easy. We're not all that many days from November 1st. What would be really nice would be if we could keep the rivers opened up till January 1st, so our annual New Year's Day paddle will not be a struggle to find open water. I know, I'm asking a lot, but it'd sure be nice. For those interested, it'll be 1 o'clock, New Year's Day, location to be determined based on river conditions, water conditions. We do go no matter how nice or how bad the weather is. And I think, if my memory is correct, this year will be our 31st year of bringing in the new year on the water. Anyone is welcome to join us. You can stay for a little while or you can stay for the whole time. We will have some canoes and kayaks there, but if you got your own, bring it. Especially if you get one for Christmas. That's a good way to get started with it. It's really interesting that last week When we camped at Yellow River State Forest up in Alameda County, it was really chilly. We ran the furnaces. There's no power in that part, no electricity, and no running water, so it's primitive. But if you hook your camper up, well, if you got a battery, and then especially if you hook your camper up to your vehicle, keep the batteries charged, that gives you enough power to run your furnace. And I'm glad we had that to take the chill off. But this is really interesting how last week it was cold. Today I'm really sweating. I'm working harder now, but still, temperature's way up there by probably 40 degrees higher. Once again, it is really shallow, at least on this side. Looks like if I'd head to the right, it would be deeper. Got a lot of current through here. That trip back is going to be easy. I am surprised the only wildlife I've seen so far, seen or heard, has been crows. That's not what I was expecting. I am in a spot here. Where the water is literally inches deep. I should have stayed to the right, but I didn't. I should be able to get through it. Just a little further and I should get into deeper water. Might be able to hear the paddle scraping. There we go. Now it's getting deeper. I have brought a boat with a motor up here before, but that was when the river was not as low as it is now. I don't know if the microphone is picking it up or not, but I can hear vehicles and mowers and leaf blowers or whatever I'm hearing. That's the thing about northeast Iowa, at least Bremer County, is you're never too far from a road or from civilization. Even though it looks like it, you're not. That said, I wouldn't want to get out and start hiking, bushwhacking, because it could be a job. Looks like nature's really taking care of the trees along here. There'll be more going down too. I'm still heading upstream. Gonna keep going, but I am getting a little bit on the tired side and the hungry side. But I don't think I'm all that far from the bridge, so I might as well keep going a while. Once I reach the bridge, then I'm gonna probably get out and find my GPS and record the track back. Then I'll just double the miles so I know how far I've paddled today. I just can't imagine I'm all that far from the bridge. But it's been a while since I've done this stretch, so who knows. I finally saw some wildlife and it wasn't even feathered. There were two young raccoons climbing in a hollow tree. I'm hoping that I got at least one picture worthy of sharing with you If you stuck with me this long, you might as well see that picture too. All depends on if it turned out or not. There was a lot of stuff in the way. And it didn't take them long to scramble out of view. If you look up there in front of me, you can see a distinct horizontal line. I do believe that is the road C33. Every now and then I see traffic on it. I see mowed ground on the right side here, and a developed shoreline. Well, I believe I'm really close to C33. I'll keep the camera rolling here for a while. I think the river takes a turn to the left and then goes straight to C33, to the bridge. That is, if I can get up against this current. There's the bridge. I'm going to paddle all the way up and underneath it. If I remember right, the last time I went over it, there were sandbars. I'm going to get out and stretch and find that GPS. A couple of years ago, my nephew and I were driving over this bridge, and when I looked down on this side of the bridge, I saw a bald eagle on a log along the shore, and he had caught a squirrel, a healthy-sized fox squirrel, and the squirrel wasn't dead yet, and the bald eagle messed with it for a while on that log, and pretty soon it drug it along with the squirrel kind of hanging partway into the water, and I don't know if it was trying to drown it or trauma it, kill it with trauma or what, but it was an interesting predator-prey relationship thing to watch. And I know, even though we didn't see it all the way to the end, I would bet pretty good money that the bald eagle won and the squirrel did not see another day. Such is life in the wild, and I wonder how many times that happens and we never see it. And when you think of how many animal species have to feed every day, it's got to happen often. We just don't see it. Wow, just like that, it got really shallow. But there's big drop-offs too. That's how people get in trouble on the river. You're walking along and it's not even ankle deep, and just like that, it drops off and it's over your head. I have to see if I can weave my way up there. So I do not want to have to get out with my boots. Imagine if I'd be way over to the right side or way to the left, I'd be in a better spot. I'm beached. I'm going to back up and try to get way to the left, I think. It's just so shallow. Other than the holes, the deep holes. No, I gotta go farther back. Well, let's see. If I go way left, I got logs and stuff to worry about, but maybe I can get past it. Or maybe I don't worry about getting all the way under the bridge. Just get to a spot where it's safe to get out and stretch and get my GPS. Although I think I can make it right here. Wow, this isn't even the width of a ditch to be deep enough to paddle in. Wow. I think I'm going to get to that sandbar and call it close enough. I can't paddle the way I normally do because it's so shallow. It makes it hard to even be efficient. I've made it to the bridge on C33, so I'm going to turn around now and head back to Waverly Utilities where my truck is. I don't know how long it should take. It's been so long since I've done this, but it doesn't matter because I've got to get back anyway. But I will be going back with the current. I'm going to try to keep the camera recording as much as possible, but I may need to pause it to change out the battery. But anyway, I'm going to turn this thing around and start heading back. But there's the proof of where I am. Got all this shallow stuff right here. Once I get turned around though and get where there's more current, this shouldn't take all that long. And I do have a GPS recording. That'll be interesting. See just how far it was. If you've been watching close, you've seen that the quality of the light has changed with this clear blue sky. It's a nice day to be on the water. Makes for harsh shadows though. It's not ideal for landscape photography, but that's all right. I'm not doing so much landscape photography as I'm just doing outdoor activity stuff. Anxious to get out there in the main current. I don't know for sure what time I actually started, but I believe I'm about 2.5 hours into this little adventure. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I can see it. It's not even a paddle length away, and it's deep enough. This is why I didn't want to bring my other canoes, because I don't like dragging them across the bottom, especially not when it's rocks like this. Okay, I should be good to go here. There we go. It's really hard to read this when I don't have polarized sunglasses on, and it's so stinking shallow. If I can get around the bend, that'll help. There's a drop off. Now we're in deeper water. I did not get out and stretch. Would have been nice to, but too much current. I wonder if the little coons are going to be up. Gotta find that tree. I think it's around the bend yet. What I do is I pop my paddle apart and then I almost act like I'm cross-country skiing so that I can lift the weight off of where I'm sitting. So I don't have to scuff it up. Kind of wanted to stay on that side to look for those coons, but maybe it isn't worth the trouble. the wind isn't making for terrible audio. I bet it is. Eventually here I should get into more protected area. No coons are out. Oh well. Alright, I don't have to worry about that. I can just paddle and get going here. I think the current I was going to enjoy has been negated by the wind coming in the opposite direction. I find paddling like this to be a lot like when I was younger and used to ride my bike. My buddy and I, we rode across the state, and it was one of those things that to do a 100-mile or more day on your bike, you kind of just you get a cadence going. You just keep moving your legs. You don't even notice it. You don't even think about it. You just keep going, and pretty soon you've gotten a lot of miles covered. Same thing happens with paddling. You get emotion, you hit your speed, something that works well for you, and then the only thing, the biggest variables there then are the wind, the current, and then how much stuff are you carrying. I've got 2 bags of camera equipment. I got a couple, 2-3 cameras out and a tripod. Plus I'm not in the lightest canoe. If I was in one of my light canoes, boy, I'd really be zipping. But that's okay. It's not a race. I better watch where I'm going here, or I'm going to get stuck. I don't have sunglasses on though, so I can't see. I'm just seeing sparkle glare. Whoa, I didn't even see that one sneak up on me. Saw the one there to the right. Even though I was just through here within the hour, everything looks different coming at it from the opposite direction. Gotta watch what you're doing. It's not the stuff sticking out of the water that you have to worry about. It's the stuff underneath the water, right underneath the water. And when the river's low like this, there's a lot more of that stuff. With no paddle assist in spots, I am moving 3.4 miles per hour. And since I didn't pay attention to how far it was, I didn't have my GPS running, I really don't know how many miles I've got to get back to Waverly. I would guess I've got an hour, hour and a half of paddling ahead of me yet, which is good because I'm hungry. More fishermen. Pretty good, how are you? You're not gonna go hungry, are you? What'd you catch here?
Oh, we just caught a little bass.
Oh, was it?
Caught one, too.
None? Yep. To the right, up there on the hill, is Cedar Bend Park. Straight in front of me is obstructions. I better not worry about the park and worry about where I'm at. But there's the park. So from the bridge to the park is 1.17, 1.25 miles, mile and a quarter by river. A lot easier going downstream. Oh, it's nice to hear people hiking in the park. And it sounds like it's kids. That's good. It's a great day to be hiking in Cedar Bend Park. I got a squirrel that doesn't like me. I don't know if the mic is picking it up, but boy, it's barking at me. I used to have an old beater motor, outboard motor, that I didn't mind running in stuff like this. You know, I didn't abuse it, but if it got scuffed up and dinged up, okay. But that motor, you gotta remember what happened with that. I think it lost spark. It wasn't anything from operating it that did it. I think it was age. It was an old motor. If I still had something like that, I might come up here once in a while if the water was just a bit higher. But with the outboards I have now, I don't want to run them in this stuff. I get bored with fishing anyway, unless I'm really catching them. Surprised I'm not seeing turtles out sunning. We are 1.5 miles from the bridge already on the river. Doesn't take long going back. To my left, you might see the green and yellow sign designating the county area. That would be on that gravel road 1 mile south of C33. I don't remember what it's called, sorry. Right there. Looking at the GPS, that's 195th Street. So that must just be a half a mile, not a mile, south of C33. Yeah, beaver's been working along here. Fresh tree cuttings. Another maple bit the dust. I thought I saw the kayak fisherman downstream a ways. Maybe he's paddling too, though. So if he put in at C33, I wonder if he's going to paddle back up or if he's getting a ride, getting out somewhere and getting a ride. Either one makes sense. Getting shallow. I had to pause to change out my battery on my camera, and that was at the 2-mile mark. We are 2 miles downstream right now from the bridge on C33. 2 miles by river. Need to get out into the current, get going with that current and get that speed up again. I'm afraid I'm going to run out of batteries before I run out of river. I don't want that, but I think I've got a battery pack with me and the cord, connecting cord. So if I have to go that route, I can do it. It's just cumbersome. Even looking into the sun, it's nice looking. You know, wind can just about bring me to a stop. I don't need that. This is a situation here where I could have gone to the right, I think, and continued in the right direction and not hit a dead end. But I'm gonna go back the way that I came up through this area where this tree got dropped or blown over. I know I can make it through this. Time to pay attention again. There's stuff here in the river. You should always pay attention, but sometimes more than others. Oh, there's the fisherman and another person, or two people in a canoe. Nope, that's not the fisherman, that's somebody else. I don't know where that fisherman went. Good afternoon.
Oh, it's Skip Ledeggy.
Who's that?
Phil Jones, how are you?
Hi Phil, how are you?
Good, good to see you, man.
Where are you headed?
We're just out with the boys killing time.
Are ya?
Just a beautiful day.
Probably one of the last few like this.
I think so.
I don't know what tomorrow's supposed to be, but
Similar, and I think the front comes through Monday.
okay. I paused the recording for a while because I just met a friend of mine who I haven't seen in ages. And he's out here paddling with his sons. That is so cool. We need to have people doing that. And he's out here with his sons, so I got to sit there and just talk with him. So now I'm back on my journey back to Waverly. Get this camera set right. There we go. even though I paused for a while and didn't move much. We didn't lose enough leaves to make it look drab. It is still gorgeous out here. And I'm about to enter what I consider one of the prettiest stretches. And there's a residence there. So pretty. The bridge was a long ways away, but I made it. What's that? Oh yeah, it's really shallow though. Well, obviously the wind is here. Wow, what a workout this is becoming. I thought paddling upstream was a challenge. Oh well, it won't be long, I'll be there. The wind did knock about 1 mile per hour off of my moving speed. But again, it is not a race. I just like to keep track. There's a couple of shortcuts up here to the left that I would take if the water was up higher, but I don't know if I can get through them. So a shortcut in shallow water is not necessarily a shortcut. It won't be long and I'll be hitting that open stretch going straight upstream from Waverly Light and Power. And I won't be surprised if that's not a windy bugger. Hello.
Anything bite?
I'm not fishing.
Oh, okay.
I just put in at Waverly Utilities and went to the bridge, and now I'm going back.
Okay.
I'm hungry. Well, there's a duck. One duck. Surprised it didn't fly. Wonder if it's got something wrong with it, or maybe not. Fish for supper?
Not yet.
Not yet?
Mom got away.
A lot of fishermen out today, aren't there?
Yeah.
What's that?
So I think the weather has something.
I think so too.
Is that a solo canoe?
Yeah.
I thought it was.
Yep. They call it a hybrid canoe kayak, but it's really, as far as I'm concerned, a canoe. Just has a low, nice seat. There's our fisherman that I lost before. You're gonna paddle back up to the bridge? Oh,
Oddly enough, I think your hardest paddling's around the corner.
oh, I'm guessing. Yeah, I'm guessing. I don't know if you heard that or not, but he said that he suspects my hardest paddling is right around the corner here. And that's what I suggested earlier. It'll be that straight shot down to the boat dock. And I think I measured this once. I think it's close to a mile. Right now we are 3.61 miles from the bridge on C33. And the current is not giving me any assistance. Well, it is. The wind is just canceling it. So every foot forward I have to move at this. I see lots of shiny, glistening water. That means the workout is about to begin. Boy, if the water was as warm as the air, you'd have skiers out here. It is really comfortable. I'm sweating. Good thing I don't have too much further to go. I am running out of energy. I see that flag up there. I see which way it's blowing, so I'm going to use the bank to protect me. Although I don't know if moving over here is going to matter. I feel wind coming already. Oh well. We're a little over 4 miles at this point. Then we have to remember to double that because I paddled up too. Well, I'm back to the Waverly sand volleyball lot on the island. I had to pause again to change the battery in the GoPro. You know, the GoPros are really good, but boy, the batteries don't last long. I am on my last battery now. I don't have all that far to go. So I should be fine. It might be time for me to buy another new battery. And sorry about this, trying to get this camera level. Some semblance of level. It's actually not as bad as I expected it would be. I'm not there yet, so it could change, but it's not as bad as I thought it might be. Probably what I'll do here is get past this clearing, and when I go around the island I'll shoot over to that right bank. Oh, here's a snake in the water, garter snake. I don't see garter snake in the water very often. Huh. Trying to pick him up or get close to him, but I can't. You're almost across the river there, buddy. Keep going, you'll make it. That's kind of a journey for that snake. Looks like he's exhausted. He's reaching up, wanting out. I'm gonna help him out. I can do it. There, that got him closer. One good flip, and I might just do one more good flip. Well, I think he's gonna make it. He's gonna make it. If he doesn't change his mind. There. I can feel good about that. Saved a snake. He's a tired snake. I haven't seen one go belly up like that before. I see the bridge. Thank goodness. Almost done. I can only sit in this canoe so long before my hip starts to hurt. And I exceeded that. It's got a pretty comfortable seat, but it's not a perfect seat. That said, I don't have any options, so I'm not going to say anything more about it other than I'll be glad to get out. Still didn't see any turtles today, did I? Alright, so for reptiles, I guess I just take a snake. That's good. Didn't get skunked. If tomorrow's going to be a nice warm day like this, it might be a good day to get a hike in through the woods. Maybe go to Cedar Bend Park and hike, or go somewhere else and hike. There's enough nice things to see yet. Maybe not on the big wide scale, but there's still plenty to see and enjoy, shoot pictures of. .5 miles right now. And remember, we have to double that, so I'm at 9. I think it's safe to say I'm gonna make it. Just shy of 10 miles. That's a good outing. It could be my last big one for the year, and that's a good one. Another paddling trip has ended for me. This was a bit of a workout. Started at the bridge here in Waverly, by Waverly Utilities, paddled up to C33 and then back down. Face current going up, face wind coming back, not quite 10 miles total. Would I do it again? Absolutely. Would I do it starting out at one of those points and paddling downstream? That would work too. For those who stuck with me through this entire video, I thank you for watching.